Hey you, before the video starts, consider dropping a like, a comment, and maybe consider subscribing. This really does help the channel grow. On to the video. Hey guys, it's Main here. I'm doing another IE review off stream because like I said, in the last video, I am currently out on vacation, so I'm not able to do a stream, do the normal IE reviews that I normally do. So I'm kind of prepping ahead, doing some of the content off stream so you guys have a little bit of content to enjoy coming into the week. So actually, is the time of the video? No, this would be March 31st by the time this video comes out, not April 1st. That's a Tuesday, I believe. Anyways, getting off the beaten track here. Today we have Khaluula's account that we're doing an account review for. Looks like at the end of World 6. Honestly, you're at this point where you have 10 billion kills of samurai guardians and 6 billion kills of mini chief spirits. I think you should just bite the bullet and I don't know, eclipse the rest of the worlds. I mean, you have 1 billion Gmush kills and you have almost 10 times that amount of samurai guardians. I think you may have forgotten that Gmush, you actually get some money percent, some really decent money percent, the best scaling money percent in the game by killing a bunch of Gmush. So I'd recommend highly to do eclipse skulls on all of World 1 and then get through World 2 through World 6 as well. Just kind of in that order. Maybe before you do fully invest into doing Death Note and killing all the mobs at Eclipse Skulls, maybe consider getting your mini boss skulls up a little bit more. Make sure to throw some Bone Joe Pickles on some guys. You can do it on Siegebreaker. Siegebreaker tends to have pretty high damage as a result of the movement speed that he has. The scaling on the quick slap bubble. Or if you want, you could do it on DK depending how high your refinery is, and it's not that high. So yeah, maybe Siegebreaker. If you just purely want to stack Bone Joe Pickles on a guy. Elemental Sorcerer is also not a bad idea because of the damage talent, but regardless, you just want to throw Bone Joe Pickles on whatever character you can. Try to kill Baba Yaga every single day. Do some World 1 Coliseum. Make sure to kill your mini bosses, Biggie Hours, King Doot. Please kill the Dilapidated Slush because I don't know how much it's stacked up. It hasn't stacked up a lot. So it looks like you recently did this, but you just didn't have any Bone Joe Pickles when you did do this. Same with me, just the rest of the worlds. These give you multi-kill per tier across all the worlds, so it's incredibly important to stack this up just as a source of multi-kill per tier. The whole also has a way for you to scale multi-kill per tier with one of the last well resources in the measurer. You can really scale up multi-kill per tier that way, but regardless, the lesson here, scale up multi-kill per tier, get through the worlds, grind out some Gmush, try to get this to 1 billion kills. Sorry, not a billion, maybe 100 billion kills, just to give you some decent money percent to help you grind out a little bit more upgrades in the vault upgrades, the things that cost a lot of money. You can spend a lot of points there. Regarding your refinery, me personally, I think the levels between red and orange salts are a little bit too close. So I would wait on upgrading orange. Me personally, now I think you are fine in that you can technically upgrade this because you're outside of the range of bricking your salts. So you can. I personally wouldn't. I would rather get my red salts to be at least 100 levels above before I continue leveling up orange salts. That being said, do what you're gonna do. I recommend looking at Toolbox as a good guide and cost breakdown for the salts that you're producing. You can also use Scully's auto reviewer to kind of help you make sure that you're not over or under producing salts to increase your refinery production. So let's move on to stamps. You're at 10k at the very least. That's good. Multi-tool stamp, I want to see this at least 200. Try to aim there. Your mason jar stamp, also try to get this to 100. This is another great source carry capacity. As you transition away from leveling up multi-tool stamp and ladle stamp as big focuses, carry capacity becomes the big thing you need to focus on. So doing stamps like Matty Bag stamp, Little Mighty Bag stamp, Chopping Bag stamp, Mason Jar, Bug Sack, all those ones are really, really good. The skill efficiency ones are not that bad. You can upgrade those as well if you choose, but my preference, if I were in your shoes, would be focusing on getting multi-tool 200, getting ladle to 230, 250, something like that, and then getting carry capacity up. Remember that you can equip the Rucksack Prayer on your character to increase your carry capacity. If you have a star sign double, you can equip the carry capacity star signs. There's quite a few of them. There's 3 of them on the was it Cronus, the first one, the blue one? There's 3 carry capacity star signs you can double and to get more carry capacity that way. Make sure you can also increase your bags on your characters. Yeah, that's just about it. So yeah, that's what I do. Moving on. Actually, I should look at your anvil. I want to make sure. Cool, good, solid bubbles, at least 450 on the multiplier ones. You have Larry at almost 1,000. This is pretty good. I want to look at your prints, actually. I want to take a look at those and see where you're at. 3 billion on the copper ore, 12 billion on the oak log, 6 billion on 7. Like, prints are kind of all over the place. You have a character printing copper ore here. Why? I would maybe, in your shoes, potentially soon, I would still 100% focus on doing bravery monument and focusing on mining efficiency almost entirely. You want to scale that up as much as you can. Same with alchemy. You should probably focus on the orange cauldron a lot to get the skilling efficiency up from these bubbles in particular. Molten orange is a great one to do. Dream of Ironfish is a great one. You can get a lot more percent increase, or rather raw number increase out of Warrior's Rule, because this impacts skill mining efficiency, fishing efficiency. It'll impact gold food effect. Yeah, it's a small bubble. It'll impact mining AFK gain, mining tool power, I believe. So this will be incredibly important for scaling your mining efficiency. And the reason you want to do that is so you can start getting higher and higher prints on copper ore, and also that would help into the future doing things, if this is in your realm of possibility, doing things like candying bubbles, which is what I was, kind of getting at when I was looking at Larry. That's something you may want to consider doing. Candy clicks on Larry, getting this to even like 2,000, 3,000. I've seen people aim at like 5,000 as a good stopping point. I think getting it to like visually 119% is like the end goal of where you can realistically stop progressing the bubble at all, and just focus on the other ones if you choose to candy it. But the reason 119 is so powerful is because it doesn't really scale up from that, and it's essentially a 19% chance at +3 instead of +2. Up to you. I mean, personally, I think if you choose not to sweat and put all of your attention and resources into it, I think you're perfectly fine being where you are right now. 109 is perfectly acceptable and it's a good stopping point. Just if you wanted to do that, if you're nearing the realm of possibilities, I didn't want to like not mention it, and that be something that you can do. But definitely just depends on your appetite and what you want to do. I see you potentially are an hourly clicker with the because I see your severe purple is already level 621, which means to me you're potentially hourly clicking. Yeah, I would also genuinely actually level up gift. This actually gives you some free gems whenever you level up. There's a chance, it doesn't matter character level, skill exp. This applies to construction, to snaking, to farming, those skills that give you a lot of levels. Every single time you level up those skills, there's a chance you could get gems. Actually, I need to double check my math here, my facts here. What is that bubble? It is level up gift. I am almost certain that's what gives you gems when you level up. I could be entirely wrong, and I could just be fibbing that. Level up gift. Thank you. Yeah, a gem for the gem. Okay, it does specifically say a gem for the gem shop. I was looking at it in here and I completely glossed over it, I guess. So apologize, but you can get free gems this way. This is a great way to get free to play gems as you progress and upgrade your character skills in the game. Also, oh mama. Okay. I need to double check. You have Tachyon Titans, not on this character. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Oh boy. All right. Do I just like not talk about this enough? So giant mobs also give you a bunch of gems. They give you a bunch of time candy. I think they give you balloons as well. Don't quote me on that. But regardless, giant monsters are a fantastic way to get free to play gems. It is one of the easiest ways to get gems aside from level up gift. These bubbles are really strong. We don't typically talk about it in like account reviews because we just assume people know this. However, maybe I should emphasize that a little bit more. Big Game Hunter is a really good bubble because whenever you kill a giant mob, naturally, if you don't have this bubble equipped, for example, it will increase in odds. So it starts off really low, like a 1 in 5, 1 in 10, 1 in 25, whatever, and then it'll increase from there. So every single mob you kill will have a less and less and less chance of spawning a giant mob. A giant mob, as I mentioned, give you gems. They give you candy. They can give you balloons. Balloons are kind of like the low tier reward from them. But regardless, what this bubble does is whenever you kill the giant mob, there's a chance, or when you spawn it, I don't know how the mechanic works. When you spawn it, there's a chance that does not increase, which means you can kill another at that lower chance. So it effectively means you can get more giant monsters in the week than you normally could without this bubble equipped. So this bubble is incredibly powerful for giving you free to play gems. Is that redundant? Free to play gems without much effort. So 100%, you should absolutely level this bubble up. Same thing with level up gift. Hell, get these bubbles into atom range and just pump atoms into them. Get them to a level 1000, honestly. No cap, get those up there. Those are really, really good bubbles. And honestly, you'd be able to buy a lot more stuff in the gem shop every single week. You can, I'm not gonna lie, upgrading those 2 bubbles are going to be really easy sources of gems for you. And if you play this game even remotely active for 3 seconds, you're going to see the difference. I think that's criminal. You're at this stage of the game. Those are level 1. You have almost all of the easy vials at level 13, and you don't have those bubbles. I can't. Okay. Okay. So I mean, sigil speed 130, does that feel low? I mean, probably the gem shop, you haven't bought the sigil thing, gives you like not that much, but turtle vial, actually, you have that at 13, but not a lot of the other vials at 13. Does summoning, have you gotten all the summoning done? Yeah. Battles, yeah, it's just you done all the summoning. I'm not sure, it just feels really low and I don't know why. But regardless, what you should focus on, obviously, is Peapod. Peapod is a really good sigil to upgrade. You shouldn't necessarily hard focus Dreamcatcher right now. I think you should rather focus your characters like sigil power, sigil speed on envelope pile, because reduces the cost of upgrading those stamps, which, going back to the carry capacity ones, those are really good ones to upgrade. And obviously you can push them higher and even push multi-tool higher if you reduce the cost of the stamps. So definitely focus on envelope pile, Peapod. I'd even do emoji, veggie, and trove if you want some more drop rate. All right, we already talked about that. We can move on. Well, now that you have most of the critter vials up to 13, I think you can probably finish out the salt lick. It's not that hard of a push for you, especially with how easy it is to get base critters these days and how easy trapping should be, and how easy it is to scale trapping efficiency. You should be able to get the mousies and pingus at the maxed level in the salt lick. Also, it'd be an easy green stack for you because I see you have less than 10 billion of the pingus. Shrines 21, 17 means you probably don't have these maxed out. Yeah. Okay. Definitely focus on these shrines. These ones are really, really easy to level, especially when you're pushing into the billions of build rate for like Poisonic Elder. Don't sleep on upgrading your shrines. The reason why you want to upgrade them is because of the Rift. The Rift Construction Mastery right here gives you, oh my god, you don't even okay, this is why you're struggling. You don't even have the build rate yet. So as you level up buildings, once you're at 1250 total building level in construction, you get more build rate. This is, as far as I know, a multiplicative increase to your build speeds. This is a really, really, really good thing to have. So you want to push building levels, and right now you're kind of struggling, bashing your head against a wall by leveling up Poisonic Elder when it's taking 6 trillion build progress to upgrade, when it's taking you 2 million to level up Woodula Shrine or Isakian Shrine or Crystal Shrine. These are ridiculously easy for you to upgrade right now, so you absolutely should, because I mean, you can get, let's do the math here. Okay, let's hold on, let's chat, let's do the math. 100 minus 76 is 28 plus 43 plus 40 plus 47 plus 55 plus 79 plus 72 plus 94 plus screw primordial shrine plus 10 on that. You can get 468 levels of your buildings, which means in the rifts you're going to be pushing past that 1250, which means you're going to start getting that build speed. But not only that, it's going to give you multiplicative increase to your refinery speed. So going back to this, these are going to be so much faster for you, because instead of it taking 54 seconds, you're probably going to see this start pushing 40 seconds or 30 seconds, which is immensely powerful if you're trying to level up refinery and getting more red and orange salts. So yes, focus on the easy stuff. I mean, like a lot of this is taking less than 100 billion when you're focusing on towers that are in the hundreds of billions or even in the trillions of build speed needed. So 100% refocus your attention on what you're building and start focusing on the shrines. Start focusing on Voidinator, for example. Level 3 is kind of criminally low for Voidinator. It's taking you 6.75 million for Boulder Roller. Yes, I know Boulder Roller, I mean, at this stage in the game, you're not using Boulder Roller, but don't forget that every level above 50 in the buildings and tower defense, these tower defense ones, because of the atom, what is it? Calcium's not an atom. What am I talking about? I'm like, okay. Wizard out carbon. So carbon gives you 2% damage increase for each tower above 50 in construction. So you're missing out on free tower defense damage by not having Fire Lobber or Pulse Mage or Boulder Roller above level 50 to get you that damage increase. So 100% do that, because the build speed needed is less than a billion for these. And like I said, you're already spending a lot of time on those other buildings that are already in the hundreds of billions to trillions. It's just really time inefficient for you. And like I said, you're missing out on the build speed, and you're also missing out on the refinery speed there. Okay, your atom level is not at a max of 30, which means you don't have the 90Q red super bit yet. So what you really need to focus on is a combination of farming and gaming. Farming gives you a ton of gaming evo. It says gaming evo, but it's actually gaming speed. This makes gaming so much faster, and what allows you to be able to hit 5-second gaming or even instant gaming. So getting more crops found will scale this value even further. Doing Deathbringer grinding and getting the superior market research, upgrading the Grimoire will also help you with that. But definitely focus on crops first, unlocking and getting more crops found. So how do you do that? It's going to be definitely a focus on stronger vines for you, getting this to 100%. 140, maybe even 200% chance. Doing more Evo GMO, definitely pumping points into speed GMO, getting nutritious soil up to 40 to 50%, getting product doubler up to a minimum of 100%, getting biology boost up, getting the resource cost here to like 1k is probably where I'd stop a little bit. Getting more beans up, getting this cost up to 100. You have land ranks, so definitely focusing on trying to push production boost, getting a lot of points into that, because it'll help you get more crop value. More crop value means you get you spend less time growing crops to hit 200 and eventually 1000 for the speed GMO to kick in. And then day market is really going to help kick in, give you a lot of like a good starting point. It's getting you a bunch of +1 crops, getting you a bunch of growth speed. 2x crop collection is going to help you kind of early game push farming. And then what you want to do is you kind of want to push to the highest crop that you found. So pushing into mushies, for example, pushing to the highest mushy you can, growing as much of that as you can, turning those in for beans, and starting to upgrade things like speed GMO. Speed GMO is going to start multiplying the speed that you get from nutritious soil. And that's, going to push your growth time down from 25 minutes to like 10 minutes, and then 10 minutes down to 5 minutes, and then 5 minutes down to 1 minute. And at that point, farming is just easy. It's just, you sit there and you click collect all and you're done. You have as much growth speed as you possibly need to push farming and doing like 8-minute resets and getting a bunch of magic beans every single time, and then starting to max out things like EXP GMO or not value GMO, but man, it's so EXP GMO and Super GMO are really easy to like cap out and get to the max level of, but value, speed, evolution, OG are not. But definitely big focus for you right now. Day market, hitting those break points for stronger vines. Like I said, I haven't brought this up in a little bit, but the break points for stronger vines really depends on how many Instagrow generators that you have purchased. Every single one gives you plus 20% chance for +1 crop. So if you bought all of them, every X 40% chance is going to be a break point for you. So every 40%, 140, 240, 344, 40, so on, is going to guarantee you an additional crop, and every point in between that is a chance at an additional crop. So push up to 100% if you haven't bought any. Push up to 140% if you bought some, and you can get more crops, and that's effectively a value multiplier. So definitely focus on that. Product doubler is essentially just value, the crop value, but it's not impacted by anything. So it's a very easy way, early game, pre-land ranks, pre-value GMO, to really scale crop value. So getting this to 100%, 200, 300, even 400 late game is still useful, and I highly recommend doing that for you right now. At least get it to like 100% is my recommendation. Okay. I have a whole video. I did a review for Boss Regale. I did talk about the spreadsheet for the land rank point distribution. You're not at that point to really min-max really land rank point distribution, but when you do get to the point where you have more land rank points, I would look at that video as a kind of starting point and basis for if you do need to reset, looking at that video, looking at that spreadsheet, and utilizing that to redistribute your points more efficiently. But right now, what I can tell, I think your points are okay. I don't think you need to redistribute just because you have so little. I think a lot of focus on production boost is exactly what you need to do right now. Okay, sneaking, you're at the very least like in Mastery 2. Again, what's going to help you in sneaking, unironically, is actually farming. This seed of stealth right here, getting more land ranks, is going to give you stealth per farming level, stealth percent per farming level. As you start focusing on farming more and getting more and more levels of this, you're going to see this gives you a ton of stealth percent, and whatever your mastery you're in right now, you can blow past it incredibly easy because you have a Deathbringer. You're at level 600 Deathbringer, which tells me you've probably done a little bit of pushing. What that means is you probably upgraded the maximum land rank distribution. So instead of this being capped out, at level 1, you're probably capped out like level 7, 8, 9, maybe, depending how far you pushed, which gives you even more stealth percent per farming level. So this bonus is incredibly powerful for sneaking because you're able to push into the higher levels of mastery. And realistically, because of Deathbringer, there's a probability we can probably hit Mastery 4 soon. Just to give you an idea of how powerful this increase is not this bonus specifically, but obviously the culmination of all the other increases to stealth percent. But this is absolutely a fantastic increase to stealth percent, no doubt about it. 100%. Focus on this, upgrade this, get to this as soon as you can, because it's going to help you with your sneaking. Okay, summoning. The Gambit Cavern, that's all I have to say. It's going to help you push so far in endless summoning. The Gambit Cavern, which is Cavern 14, is really, really, really good. The summoning doublers, I haven't really talked a lot about. I wanted to kind of make a video kind of going over what you should double, but essentially to start off, just focus on damage, focus on the infinite summoning, upgrades the endless summoning damage, the cyan one. Don't up the purple damage one, the base damage ones from the white essence, green essence are really good for helping scale damage. But I would just focus on damage, focus on final card for the mana regen, focus on mana generation from white, from purple, from, I think green has one too. No, not green. Is there a blue? There is a blue, right? I think blue has mana generation. Mana generation, what I'm saying, is really good. Damage is really good, and that would help you really push these battles. It's really just a focus on attack, and that's just about it. And then once you kind of hit a brick wall in endless summoning, I would do a lamp wish reset for the doublers that you have and just focus on just essence generation. So the more upgrades you have in this page right here, starts scaling the damage from damage laundering. So every 100 total summoning upgrades you have gives you more damage. Oh, actually, I can talk about what you should upgrade here. Infinite damage, number 1. Damage laundering, number 2. Go to purple. Upgrade brutal units, really good. Upgrade final card. This is really good for mana generation. Depending how many points you have, I would consider actually increasing unit damage here. And mana generation here as well is really good. The mana generation right there. There's also one in blue, I believe, that you want to upgrade. Mana Renar. And then there's a purple one for mana generation, mana dividends. These are really good. Those are really good ones. You want to you want those summoning doublers on, because it does two things. It'll increase your mana generation so you can pump out more cards. It'll increase final cards. Every card that you spend and you get to the end of will give you more permanent mana generation. It's effectively bloomies, but just for playing cards, and it doesn't go away because they don't. Your cards spent don't die like the bloomies do. And then the damage obviously is going to help you kind of push endless summoning. And then, like I said, once you hit a brick wall, reset and start focusing on the essence generation ones. Focus on the ones that give you more percent. Just read and do the math for yourself. Infinite essence obviously is the best one because you give you 6,000% in every single category, 12,000 because you double it. So it's really, really good. Cyan Essence King versus Cyan Knowledge. Obviously, this is giving you lower bonus than this, so I'd focus on that and then focus on the other ones. White Essences, really good. I would just not put any Essence doublers into yellow because it's it kind of sucks, but definitely, yeah, I mean, there's more priority you want to do in the other ones. Oh, also, I completely forgot. Seeing Red is also a really good damage one that you want to double, because this 10% goes to 20%. So every HP that you lose, you actually gain a 20% damage multiplier. Same thing in the yellow one. Upgrading Sharpened Spikes starts scaling the spike damage on your base damage with if you have Seeing Red. That means the spike damage scales even harder, which means you could potentially just click on a mob and it just dies because that's how the Sharpened Spikes do. However, to that point, do not, under any circumstance, put an Essence Doubler on spike placement, because this 164 damage is just going to go up to 328, and that's it. You get more impact out of Sharpened Spikes here. Cool. That's all I have to say about that. Okay, last thing I want to touch on is just your characters. First of all, your prayers. I honestly would just be putting Tachyon Titans on every single character so you can kill giant mobs. Please, for the love of God, be careful with Unending Energy. You have to make sure the maximum claim time that you do on your character is 10 hours. Anything above 10 hours on this character is useless. Also, if you're trying to level up the character, which I can see that you're not, this only gives you 1.48 class EXP and 1.48 skill EXP. It's not good. It's just not worth it. There's a chance that you just don't remember this is on your character. And I sure hope this is not true, because if this is, you're only going to see 10 hours of this character's away time. So you're in for a big rude awakening if this number is true, because I am recording this on the 27th, so I truly don't know. But you're in for a world of hurt if you haven't claimed on this character in actually 11 days, because you're only going to come back to 10 hours time. Okay, outside of that, I see all of your characters except this one are in Kruk armor. It's not entirely efficient because you can get all stat on some of the on magma gear and Marbaglass gear, and that's better than divine armor on most characters. Divine armor is situationally good because the helmet gives you drop chance, the boots give you drop chance. So early on, that's kind of good for Death Knight. So Divine Knight, and the body armor and the leggings give you mob respawn, which are good for characters trying to stack up kill per kill, multi-kill per tier, that kind of stuff, just kills in general. So on like Deathbringer, for example, of farming super chows, zows, wows, even doing Siegebreaker for like Gmush kills and like bar claim and stuff like that. Those, again, optimal gear set. I just don't care to really min-max that far. I would just stick your characters in Marbaglass gear and call it a day. And your tools, obviously just push as high tools as you can. If you need the Sailing Hamster Gummies, looks like you're doing it, but you're splitting a stack across your characters, which is perfect. If you don't have it on the Beanstalk already, make sure you have food on the Beanstalk. And that's just about it. I think the IE doesn't show your actual Dragon Warrior statue if you're at hole 15 or if this is actually your Villager EXP. Regardless, maybe consider doing some more statue grinding, doing more Villager statue so you can push the hole a little bit further. Once you get to Cavern 15, just stick all of your characters there and start focusing on Dragon Warrior statue, because that's really, really good for your account. It increases every single statue here, and obviously we had a whole crash out about that. I don't think we need to talk about it because obviously it's fixed and we don't need to, it's not Doomer Day it's okay. But yeah. And I'm not gonna really talk about it, but your divinity level's okay. Yeah, there's no need for me to talk about that. Some people tend to forget bags on characters, and it seems like you could be missing some bags on characters, so just be a little cognizant of that. Maybe try to complete those quests and get those bags unlocked. Yeah, I think the last little bit, last note I want to make is just make sure you equip, or rather try to farm out the divine scarf on characters, because that AFK gain and mob respawn are really, really good for your character, and you're missing out on really easy AFK gain, which is going to help you with your prints, which kind of, as I talked about in the early portion of the video, is really, really important for helping your account right now. Okay, I'll go and stop there. I do thank you for the account. This is a really good account to talk about. There's some issues, like I mentioned, the unending prayer, attacking on Titans. Those bubbles really got me in the beginning. Definitely something for you to focus on. Absolutely, 100%. Especially, I mean, hell, even if you play, I mean, now that I think about your account is actually a little confusing to me. You build it kind of like you are more AFK in the game, but you're comboing some like really bad things, like I mentioned, the unending prayer. Like, you play the game inactively, but you're purposely limiting your character's ability to actually be inactive. But if you do play actively, then you're also inhibiting your progress, because you don't have level up gift leveled up, you don't have big game hunter leveled up, and you're really missing easy sources of like easy gems for a free to play player. So I mean, I don't even know if you're free to play. I don't know. This helps no matter if you're a whale or not. Big game hunter and level up gift are really, really good bubbles for you to focus on. Okay, I'll stop rambling. I'll stop the review there. Thank you, Khaluula, for the account. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Bye. Hey there, guys. It's Main here. I just wanted to say deeply thank you to everyone who does support me over on YouTube and or Twitch. It really does help motivate me to continue making more videos. If you would like to become a channel member just starting at $1 a month, please check the description below. Have a great day.